Welcome everybody, it's Cliff from Cliff Cuts, and here we are at the canoe build. And I've been having a little trouble here. I've been trying to put my strips on the back end and the front end at the same time, and just trying to steadily work toward getting this thing done. But this stern has been troubling me. As you can see, the front end goes to a pretty nice point. Now the canoes that have a pointed bow, and a pointed stern pretty much come to the same point on either front and back, bow and stern. Well, my canoe, it's always got to be different, right? My canoe doesn't go to a point in the back. It has a flat back. As I've said before. And there's the flat back. And the strips here are taking such a sharp bend. They're bending more than the forward section did. And I've been damaging my ends. The very thin edge of the cove. And they've been breaking off, and they've been falling out of the bead in the cove. You can see right here. This big gap here is where once glued up, the bead fell out of the cove because of the angle that this points up, because of the bend of here. It goes round. It's not like a sharp bow is. It's more round. So these want to point up a lot more at an angle like this. I put a strap on there to hopefully take care of that issue, but it didn't work very well. And this last one gave me a really hard time. Ooh, you can hear the wind out there. So I installed this, put these down to where they will force these down, the edges down, and I can more readily glue this in. See, I don't know if you can see very clearly. These point once I bend them. They want to point up like that, and that's not very good. The glue won't hold. They'll pop out of the bead will pop out of the cove. So that's why we have down there. So once I install these strip on this side, the new strip, and I pull it back into the cove, I can clamp this and let it dry, and it won't have that terrible bend on it. Facing up. The cove won't be facing up. It still wants to pop out, as you can see right here. Once I pull it in, you hear the creaking. I can put a screw or staple, but screw is preferable. And I can put a clamp. And if I needed to, I could put a screw here and a wedge to wedge it in to where it'll stay where it needs to go and dry without the tape slipping off because of the large tension on it. So that's what I'm doing. Working on the canoe. Okay, let's see if we can do a trial run. I got the strip underneath here. It's in the groove. The bead is in the groove here. It's locked in here. Can you see that? It's a block that allows it not to move up or down, or so. Yeah, it's just like I just applied glue to it. Okay, gonna slide it down, or put it down here. So if there's glue on there, I don't want to slide it. Now I can put it in there and draw it in. Okay, that's good. Those are in. Okay, that's not popping out. Yay! Trying to here though. Okay. One of my dowels I used to use the dowels to go inside the groove, the cove. Let's see. That's not working. Let me try to do something different here. Let's just move this down to here where the problem is. Now that's pretty good tension. This is good here. I could probably put a screw in there on this station, but this keeps wanting to go out, just like the other problem we had. So one I can go down a little further, put a little more tension on it since I lost my clamp or my strap. And put a clamp on it. That looks good. The two joints come together very nicely. There's a little bit of slop, but I'll put more tape on it. Here. I haven't broken anything. Way better than it was before. Nice joint right there. Okay. Time for a glue up. Okay. Where's the glue? Where did I drop the glue? Okay, I want to apply a little bit of glue to this. Drippity drippities. Okay. This goes down. Goes over it. This goes down. Goes over it. And okay. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. I gotta make sure I'm all the way down. There we go. All the way down. Clamp in. Tight, tight, tight. Tighten down. Okay. That's all the way in. Tight, tight, tight. Now, since I already made another hole in there, okay. Okay. It's not seated down, but it's good. Good, good. Okay. This one's flush without even me putting anything on there. And this one is too, with just that. Oh. Okay. Now. I have tape. I bought some tape off Amazon. It must have been Chinese tape because it didn't stick for nothing. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Long piece of tape, which the longer the piece of tape is, the more adhesion you have per. Okay, so there we are. Okay, got to make sure the joint is going to be right, so this end has to be perfect. Nothing squirting. I'll just now I have to fix that. And I think part of maybe why that's popping up, this end is popping up, is I'm applying a lot of force to it. Trying to get it to go in and stay in. So see, I can force this in with a wedge, but right now this is forcing in. Now I need to force down, so to keep it square to the top, or I could do both. Stick this in. Go down. Hold that thought. Okay. Down, in. Okay, there we are. A fall day in Washington State. You can see all the leaves are turning. We're headed back into the workshop and see how the glue up went. Now, yesterday the GoPro battery died on me just as we were finishing the glue up. Number 34 is the one on this side is the one we installed yesterday. And here we are. This strip 34 on this side is what we installed yesterday. Now, here it's nice and a nice good joint, pretty even. Now, on the other side, the damaged one, this is what we were trying to avoid, where the tape becomes separated and with the tension. And you can see where the little openings in there. I mean, a little bit consistently is not much. It's not bad because your strip is sitting in the cove. And there's going to be a little bit opening anyway, no matter what you do. But that is a lot. That is where it's actually come undone from the bottom. And it flexes, which is something I don't like. So that seemed to do a very good job in eliminating that. I've installed the next strip, but you can see the damage that previous strip had done. The edges have been broken off, and I have to do a lot of filler. Now, if anybody has built a Grand Laker before, a boat similar to this, give me some feedback. See if I'm doing the right thing, if there's something that might be easier for me to do, or, you know, process improvement. Now, the Grand Laker is a little bit different. Even the book states that Building the Cedar Strip Canoe by Gil Gilpatrick, 2nd edition, revised and expanded. It says that he did not actually ever build the Grand Laker. And he was dependent upon other people who had done it to tell him how it was and what kind of boat it was and how well it handled. And he went off their experience. But he didn't give me any experience on this particular boat other than that the strips on the very front, it was too much of a bend. It was too much of a bend on front if I went all the way down to here on the first strip. And he gave me advice that I might not want to go all the way down and break the strip and do an even line. I came pretty close to that, but because what's a canoe without a little bit of curve on the strip? But this curve is pretty hard and it needed more, as far as I was concerned, more force and a way to force those in. So give me some feedback, guys. Or gals, boat builders. What would you have done? So like and subscribe, and we will see you later.